Most people, they want to be like everyone else. What I try to do is be different. I'm training to be the best jiu-jitsu specialist in the MMA history.
When you watch Demian Maia run through Rick Story,
He's got him on the face. He's turning into a necklock. Oh, see, my goodness.
when you watch the way he just choked the life out of Neil Magny.
He tapped! He tapped!
What you're looking at is jiu-jitsu on a completely different level than anyone else. But he is fighting a guy in Tyron Woodley who might be the fastest, most powerful knockout artist in the history of the 170-pound division. He showed that vicious knockout power against Jay Heron. He showed it against Josh Koscheck. And he showed it in spades when he knocked out Robbie Lawler in 1 round to win the title.
Oh, attacked him. Big shot. It's it. Wow.
Tyron Woodley gets better with every fight.
I still haven't showed the world my entire arsenal. I started out in grappling. You know, I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I have the best takedown defense in the entire welterweight division. I'm not a guy that you're going to easily submit. You know, it comes a point in time where you come and meet your match, and I think I'm that guy for that.
In all my fights in the welterweight division, I was able to take the guys down. So I don't think this fight will be different.
I'm going to give him the respect that he's earned and he's deserved, but I'm the world champion. I'm the best in the world. I'm the best welterweight that's ever going to fight in the octagon, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show him.
Você sabe como fazer.
So here he is, the #1 ranked welterweight contender, Demian Maia. Only one man in UFC history has more wins. Only one man has more submissions. And one of the best grapplers in UFC history. Maia tonight trying to complete the mission and lead. Here, a UFC champion.
He's really one of the last true specialists in MMA. A guy who goes in the
Fighting Academy legend.
Multiple-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion and widely respected as one of the greatest submission artists in the history of mixed martial arts. And this will be his first shot at welterweight gold.
Something about Demian Maia and the way he fights creates a stalemate for a lot of his opponents. They want to throw, they want to kick, they want to unleash everything on him in the stand-up realm, but they're so concerned of the takedown that all their punch comes down, their kicks come down. Nothing really works right because they're so concerned that if Demian Maia gets one takedown, they're not going to get back up for the rest of the round. So it makes the guys Anderson Silva can do it.
is, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion, the Ferguson, Missouri native Tyron Woodley. And Joe finally starting to get some of the appreciation that I think he richly deserves.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that Tyron Woodley never even had a real full-time coach until he started training with Duke Roufus. And that was from the advice of his son. It was his son's idea to train at Roufus Sport in Milwaukee. And since then, he has looked sensational. That was from the Kelvin Gastelum fight. Since then, he has gone on to win the title and look amazing. And what Tyron Woodley brings to the table is excellent wrestling and ferocious knockout power. What Duke Roufus has done was figured out a way to get him to pace that power, to extend his endurance, to hide his techniques better, and he has just looked more and more technical with each fight. But the big thing with Woodley is always going to be the consequences of engaging with him. You got to think he went 2 5-round fights with one of the best strikers in the sport, in Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and it was Woodley who had Thompson hurt badly. It was Woodley that came close to finishing the fight by knockout twice, both fights. So the consequences of engaging with this man are absolutely terrifying to most fighters.
And what I love about Woodley, and especially that Wonderboy fight, those 2 Wonderboy fights, is it shows the intelligence, most of all, of Tyron Woodley. You can't forget, you can't just run in on a guy that throws spin kicks, that throws crazy knees. Wonderboy is a nasty customer. He's not somebody, you have to be very tactical, very intelligent the way you fight that man. He fought him twice, beat him, and was able to do the most damage because he picked his shots at the right time. You know, he gets critiqued, he didn't throw that much, it was a tough fight, it was back and forth, but if you really look at that fight, he fought it perfectly because that's how hard Wonderboy is to beat. And I think we're going to see the same mindset from him in this fight with Damian Maia. Extremely intelligent. He's not just strong, explosive, fast, and a great athlete. This guy is smart. He understands the game. He's been in it forever. I've seen him beat jiu-jitsu practitioners. I've seen him beat wrestlers. I've seen him beat strikers. He's that good and he's that intelligent about the game.
I completely agree, and I think that the people that were disappointed in that fight, they don't really understand the consequences of engaging with a Wonderboy. He did, he figured it out, and he retained the title twice.
We'll see if Damian Maia can end Tyron Woodley's welterweight title reign here tonight. Let's get to the tail of the tape, brought to you by Performance Inspired, the all-natural, high-performance line of sports nutrition trusted by athletes and health enthusiasts. Visit pi-nutrition.com. So Tyron Woodley, 35. Damian Maia will be 40 in November. Maia, the former middleweight title challenger, has the height advantage, if you want to call it that. But Tyron Woodley will have a 2-inch edge in reach. All right, now for the official introductions for this title fight, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Sal D'Amato, Marcus Rosales, and Wade Vieira. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 25 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting the 3-time World Cup Jiu-Jitsu champion and the #1 ranked welterweight contender in the world, the challenger, Damian Maia! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 17 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Tyron, the chosen one, Woodley!
Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to have a clean fight. Touch gloves and let's do this.
And they are out to support the UFC welterweight champion tonight in defense of his title against the submission magician Damian Maia. Tonight's fight clock, is brought to you by HSS, the world leader in orthopedics.
This is such a fascinating matchup to me. I'm so curious to see how this plays out.
I have a feeling Maia's going to put Tyron on the cage.
Wow, look at that, right away. Right away shoots.
Woodley has a habit of using the fence as a gauge for when people come in on him.
Look at this.
Woodley's been taken down one time in 11 UFC fights. So far, so good.
And Damian's already cut.
His eye, there's something going on with his left eye.
I don't know what happened to his eye. I don't know if he got caught with an uppercut on the way in or what, but it is bad.
Can a squeeze do that type of damage? I mean,
I think it was a strike. We'll have to take a look at the replay to see if we can find what happened, but his left eye is almost closed.
Pretty sure Woodley hit him with an uppercut on the way into that shot. And now what I'm seeing is that Damian's gonna pull him to the half guard sweep here, just yank him on top of him. Right now, Woodley knows exactly what's going on. See how he's controlling the hand of Damian?
Yeah.
As long as he controls that hand, Damian can't lock his hands and finish the takedown. That's why you see the hand control. Hand control is key. Grips are everything in jiu-jitsu and also wrestling. Hand control is everything.
And great patience by Tyron Woodley as well. 2 takedowns avoided.
so a decidedly different challenge for the champion here tonight compared to his previous defenses against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
And now he waits, Tyron waits for Damian to get himself tired, missing shots, not finishing shots, and then he starts picking him apart with power as Damian comes to him. Looking for uppercuts, knees, and overhand is what you're gonna see from Woodley.
Woodley traditionally a fast starter, staying patient though here in the early going. About 2 minutes gone by in round 1. Another shot from Maia here. Woodley too strong so far.
Something happened here.
Oh, fence grab.
Getting effective then. You grab the fence again, I'll be taking a point.
And it's so hard to not grab the fence when you're losing your balance. It's near impossibility, but you better be careful. Good left hand landed by Maia.
Maia again grabbing the leg and Woodley avoids it.
And this is exhausting, going for takedowns and not completing them. So Woodley's counting on this. Woodley's counting on Maia to get tired doing this well. Woodley's kind of waiting. Maia will come to him and he'll keep firing overhands and uppercuts.
Maia is throwing that left hand to try to keep Woodley honest as he tries to close the distance.
See Maia unofficially 0 for 7 on his takedown attempts thus far. Maia has taken down his last 12 UFC opponents.
I'd like to see Maia use that left high kick. I mean, it's a huge weapon to shut down Tyron's right hand. If you start throwing it, he's got to defend the left high kick of Maia, and then he can't use the uppercut and the overhand right the way he's using it to counter Maia on his takedown. You're just waiting. It's like having a knife on your hand. You're waiting for the guy to come in, and you're just going to fire it as hard as you can when he shoots the shot, because Maia's shooting empty shots. He's not really setting them up.
Tyron Woodley, 2-time Division I All-American wrestler, Big 12 champion, over 100 college wins at Missouri. But he has been a knockout artist in the UFC. 5 of his 7 UFC wins have come by knockout or TKO. Nice job by Maia to get the guard up there.
Maia's smart to sit back for a second, get his energy back before he starts in for another takedown. He's fighting a one-dimensional fight, so he has to be careful when he decides to use his energy in Maia.
It was more than 7 years ago when Damian Maia fought Anderson Silva for the UFC middleweight title. April 2010, that fight went the full 25 minutes. And this was a short camp for Damian Maia. He had to be smart and efficient about his training. A lot of it was focused on cardio and getting in shape. But at this point, Maia does what he does. Another shot
there by Maia, but beautiful stuff by the champ.
Less than a minute here to go round 1.
Part of the problem is Maia's shooting now and he's not driving his leg. You see him stop on his knees there, Joe?
Yeah.
You can't finish a shot if you stop on your knees. It's wrestling 101. Keep your head up, you drive straight through the shot. Never stop running. Woodley staying away from the fence now. You see how he's kind of coming closer to the center of the octagon? Because Maia has his best success on the fence. Keeping him in the open mat forces Maia to use strategic, technical wrestling for the takedowns instead of jiu-jitsu by yanking him on top on the fence. The fence gives Maia his best hope. Woodley's keeping away from there for the most part now.
Woodley's showing him the punches and feigning with the kicks.
Now he's baiting him. He's looking for that uppercut right now. See how he's tipping his right shoulder?
They're gonna have to get that end swell on that eye quickly.
It's an easy read to land an uppercut when you know a guy's gonna shoot on you.
And that was what was landed, and we'll get a chance to take a look at that in the replay. But as Damien shot, Tyron landed a beautiful
Pay attention. He's trying to catch you in the upper when you come in. When he explodes, and he just 1, 2 and explodes. You have to try to catch him straight. Pay attention. Come in. Start, go to the single and try to go on his foot. Try to get his hip a little bit more in control. He also bet a little bit your straights. You have to stay firm in your intention. He's going to get tired in each round. Come on, you had to move your head.
This fight just goes to show you the power of this Tyron Woodley to not even land flush necessarily and nearly close Damian Maia's eye.
Yeah, literally the first punch he threw.
Well, the first punch you throw has the most power on it, and you're the most connected to throwing it and knowing you're going to land it, and that's what we saw. Ooh, good. To throw the punches and then one powerful one at the end, smart by Woodley.
And Woodley's keeping his center of gravity low, dipping his weight down, driving forward with these shots. Nice inside leg kick there by Woodley.
I like Woodley controlling the center of the octagon now. I think it's a smart tactic. Kind of keeps Maia thinking. Can't drive him to the fence the way he needs.
Straight left hand by Maia. Oh, got tagged.
Knocked down for Woodley. And you can be sure he will welcome Maia back to his feet. Been there, done that.
Right hand landed so hard.
Tyron's talking to him. He's talking to him.
If you break it down, Maia has one way to win. He's got to get the takedown. Woodley knows that, so he's counting on his wrestling to back him up, and then his power to defend that.
Damian Maia's throwing bombs now himself.
Woodley looking to set up that uppercut, instead goes to a right hand that landed partially. Well, Woodley was backing up towards the fence in round 1. Forward motion, 90 seconds into round 2.
That eye looks horrible now.
Yeah, to what extent, Joe, is his vision compromised at this point?
It's a really good question. And it's also a real good question as to whether or not he's got a shattered orbital. So how much can he absorb? Well, usually when an eye swells up that quickly, there's probably some damage. Who knows how bad to the orbital.
Woodley's so smart, though. Look how he runs like this. I mean, he just gets out of there. He doesn't even let Maia have a tiny opportunity to grab a hold of him. And this wears down Maia.
Crowd appreciating Tyron Woodley's takedown defense. He has stuffed all 10 of Maia's shots as we go under 3 minutes now in round 2.
These are the tactics and the smarts I'm talking about Woodley. I mean, it's not like Woodley doesn't say, oh, I can wrestle with them, I can grapple with them, I'm a brown belt. He just stays away from it completely and keeps Maia uncomfortable until the inevitable happens.
Yeah, he's just trying to win. He's not trying to show off. He's not trying to do anything to prove a point. He's being smart, and he's winning this fight so far.
I feel like that's the next level of mixed martial arts now. I mean, it used to just be guts and glory, and that was it. Now these guys are thinking. These guys are using strategies. It's awesome to see.
Hey, fight fans, check out the UFC store on your mobile device. Get your favorite fighter gear and more. Shop now and receive 15% off during tonight's fight. Use code UFC214 and start saving today.
Tyron just shucked him off there. And over and over again, he's been denied with these takedown attempts. And as Tyron gets slipperier and slipperier as he sweats, it's going to be harder and harder for Damien to take him down.
Maia has gone 5 rounds several times in the UFC against Ryan LaFleur, Jake Shields. Of of course, Anderson Silva in that middleweight title fight 7 years ago. Woodley trying to work his way into striking range.
He's just faking and making some reads. He's looking for just the one big knockout punch right now, Woodley, but he's also trying to not overcommit, lose his balance, and give Maia a chance to shoot on it. See how he goes to the body? When you rip the body like that on Maia, it takes away any chance of Maia shooting underneath his punches.
And as we've seen with Damian Maia, as he lands the left hand there, all it can take sometimes is one takedown, fight's over. Past wins, like against Carlos Condit, got to be careful if you're Woodley.
And he's swinging. I mean, he's swinging with that right hand, and he has thrown several good straight lefts. So Tyron has to be aware of those as well.
I mean, if I'm Maia, I don't know why I'm not using a left high kick, being you don't care if Woodley takes you down. I mean, I think that'd be a huge weapon for him, but we're not just seeing it. We're just not seeing it out of Maia right now.
Total strikes, Woodley tripling up on Maia. Limited action, though, on both sides. Under 30 seconds now to go in the round.
Have you ever seen Maia throw a high kick?
Well, I mean, we've seen him try, but I mean, at this point,
I don't recall. I mean, I know he's kicked, but I don't recall him ever throwing a high kick.
Well, you know he can do it. I've seen it on pads. It's just a question of he doesn't care if he's taken down, so why not throw it?
No, it's a very good point. I'm just trying to think if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I get your point too. I'm just what's really happening now. I mean, it's worth a try is my point.
All right, 10 minutes in the books. We will go right into the blue corner of the challenger, Damian Maia, as Mike Afanasiev continues to work on that cut.
Respira. Okay, breathe. Okay, take your mouthpiece out. Breathe. Make some waters in your hand. You have to get near him.
You're taking away his ground game, and you showed him he can't hit you with nothing when you don't want to. So now it's time to make him pay.
Doing really good. Once in a while, off the jab, go 1, up 2, uppercut 2, or 1, 2, 1, and angle out and look for the right, okay?
Keep putting that double jab in the combination.
He's 1 or 2 hard punches and falling over, Tyron.
Hey, Tyron, stay alert now because he's going to be desperate.
Yeah, he's going to be desperate, so stay alert. Right, so we're going to keep battering him up, keep pulling off his layers.
Brittany Palmer getting us going for this middle round of a possible 5 for the UFC Welterweight Championship. Woodley's kept quite the schedule over the last 364 days. This is 4th fight in that time as the doctor takes a look at the eye of Damian Maia. Doc says he's fine and starting to maybe look a little bit better than it did towards the tail end of that second round.
So they've done a good job of the end swell, which will push some of the swelling away from the eye, and he hasn't really been tagged cleanly again on that eye, but if he does, he could shut up totally.
Maia's corner said that he's got to get closer before he shoots, but they didn't really give him any tools to get closer. So that's kind of a problem. I mean, he hasn't really had an answer for the distance yet of Woodley.
Counter right landed partially for Tyron Woodley there.
Good job blocking that one by Damian.
Short uppercut to the body lands for Woodley, who has stuffed all 12 takedowns from Damian Maia thus far.
Damian is a huge 172. It's one thing to consider. When you're talking about a guy who fought at 185 pounds, cut weight to get there. We haven't seen him in a real grueling fight at 170 go 5 rounds, have we?
No. Went the distance in a 3-rounder with Gunnar Nelson.
And that was a fight where he totally dominated.
Yep. Split decision win over Jorge Masvidal his last time out. A fight in which he was challenged more than any other during this welterweight run.
I like how Woodley's trying to set up his right-hand power. Instead of just throwing a jab overhand right, he throws a 1-2-1 to get Damian Maia to parry his hands. And then he comes over the top of the 1-2-1 with a power overhand right. It gets your hands away from your face to defend the 1-2-1, and then he comes and slips right over the top with it with an overhand. That's what you see Woodley trying to set up right now.
And Tyron has only thrown a couple leg kicks, and his leg kicks are particularly powerful. You look at the size of the legs that guy's running around with.
We You're right, just 3 leg kicks out of Tyron Woodley thus far. Less than 3 minutes now to go here, round 3.
I mean, his legs are cartoon big.
That's like a baseball catcher. Woodley splits the guard of Maia there with the right hand. But largely, Woodley is out as quick as he's in because of the threat of the Maia takedown.
This is what I was talking about. Maia, I mean, you have to respect his takedown ability and his grappling, so you can't just throw with reckless abandonment. And these seem to be the matchups that Woodley gets. He's got Wonder Boy and he's got Maia. I mean, you can't just throw on these guys because you want to see him hit them. You got to be careful. You got to choose your strikes.
I like how he did that. Showed the hands and landed that inside leg kick.
And if you think a few boo birds are going to affect Tyron Woodley, you haven't met the man. He's trying to leave here as the UFC welterweight champion. And sometimes, Dom, as we've talked about in the elite levels, you can get a little bit of a staring contest at times.
Yeah, you can't make this exciting and just try to please the fans and keep your title.
Right.
It's hard to please the fans.
Yeah.
In general.
To ask DC about that. They're still booing.
Now some swelling in and around the other eye of Damian Maia.
Damian looking to land a heavy shot, and that could be one of the ways that he could set up a takedown if he can get some success with his stand-up and land a good shot on Tyron coming in like that. Good sprawl.
Looking to push the head down.
But this is also what I said. It's a bad takedown attempt by Maia. He didn't drive his feet. He got planted right at the touch and just face planted into the mat. I mean, that's wrestling 101. Yeah, you got to drive through your shots. That's why you see Maia get so many takedowns on the fence, because with the fence behind, you don't need to drive. You can pull back. In the open mat, that's not an option.
And you see Maia's right knee all chewed up, courtesy of those 13 failed takedown attempts. Less than a minute here to go, round 3.
There's one of the rare kicks we've seen Maia throw. But I agree with you, Dom. He should throw a lot of them. He should be kicking those legs. He should be kicking the body. He's not worried about being taken down, that's for sure. He would love it if Tyron took him down and wound up on top. He would love it.
Yeah, I mean, when you got that level of jiu-jitsu, if you're asking me, throw anything in the world that you want to, and don't stop throwing it because you have nothing to risk.
He landed another good inside leg kick there. Perhaps we're seeing a pattern here. There's quite a bit of blood on the bridge of his nose, and his left eye looks terrible.
But don't forget what the power of Woodley feels like. I mean, these guys get hit, and you start seeing that his opponents, Woodley's opponents, slow down. The power is serious, and it is something they're aware of.
And here we see Tyron Woodley land a glancing right hand. There's a nice one right there, and that's the one that dropped him. And here he threw this flurry of punches, capped by that right hand.
Just a little bit more, okay?
Pot shot at that one in
picking him
there.
apart and really weaken him up, all right? So just keep touching him, all right? Just keep touching him. Just inch your way forward. Just creep forward and just keep touching him. He can't take you down. He's already given up on that. He's going to shoot just so you don't hit him. So just keep touching him. He shoots, just sprawl, get back up, punch on the break. Yeah.
Wipe down some of the sweat. Wipe down the sweat. Remember what's been working for you. Wipe down. Let's go, brother. Good job. Stay on top of it. All right?
Well, that's how you maximize those 60 seconds. Nice 1-2 punch there, Joe, with Dean Thomas and Duke Rufus.
Yeah, two outstanding coaches.
Yeah, Dean Thomas was on the money saying he's given up on the takedown. He's just shooting to not take damage at this point. Right. I mean, I couldn't have read that any better.
All right, championship rounds here. Tyron Woodley in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Damian Maia, the challenger, in white. And we'll see if there's a little bit of an uptick in the aggression here from T. Wood in this 4th round.
Or from Maia.
That too.
I mean, Maia's got to be in a position where he realizes both of his eyes are closing. He hasn't done anything significant. We're in the 4th round. Does he just keep going like this and lose a decision? Or does he try to make something happen and risk getting knocked out?
It's always worth the risk of getting knocked out. Just go. It's better than better than anything else, just go. Just be a goer.
Be a goer.
Especially because after you get knocked out, you don't remember it anyway.
Shot again, easily stuffed.
And when you saw these guys face to face at the weigh-in yesterday, you couldn't help but notice Maia's size advantage, but Woodley's strength has certainly been a factor here tonight. Maia 0 for 14 on his takedown attempt.
Well, that size advantage is really just height.
Yeah.
When you come to this physical bulk, look at the size of Woodley. And the strength and power of Woodley, along with his technique, are a huge factor.
Well, Damian Maia trying to get after it here, working on a single leg with Woodley up against the fence.
And this is technical wrestling by Woodley. He's going to cut the corner, and it takes the pressure off the single leg. I mean, that's just what...
He just bounces out of the way brilliantly.
The whole camp for Woodley was defending takedowns. That's what he had to do, just have somebody shoot on him nonstop, and that was it. And so he's well prepared for this matchup. Maia, if he's going to have success, he's just... I know he wants to be a jiu-jitsu and a grappling practitioner, but you got to throw more strikes to set that up a little bit.
Do you think that ship has sailed, that ship of just being a jiu-jitsu guy who uses takedowns?
I think that ship has sailed if you have nothing except a left hand to set it up. You have to have more weapons to set it up. That's it. It's not that it doesn't work. He is effective with it. He can use it against probably the top 10 in the division, but not the top 3. It comes to a halt there at the top 3. Those are the best of the best, and it's back and forth between those guys, and you got to have more weapons to set up a one-dimensional approach.
Well, in that fight at UFC 211, Maia Masvidal very close. It could easily be game bred in there tonight as Woodley slips that leg out yet again.
So easy.
And another thing is in wrestling, I mean, you got shoes on, so that doesn't, you can't do that. You can't just slip your leg out.
Right.
In an MMA fight, you can do that 100% of the time, which is technically not supposed to be good technique in a wrestling match. But here, you can use it every time.
All right, less than 2 minutes now to go in this 4th round. Damian Maia has spent 3.5 years working for this title shot, so let's see the extent to which he gets after it here late in this fight.
Tyron landed another right hand there. Inside leg kick by Damian. Now here's the question. Damian is obviously trying to press the action, and Tyron isn't landing much. How is this being scored?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It gets weird, right? I mean, clearly when it comes to damage, Tyron has been able to bust up Damian's face. But with how many shots? And are the judges taking that into consideration? Are they thinking about the fact that Maia is pushing the pace? Because we're not seeing a lot of offense from Tyron. We're seeing some effective offense.
Well, if you think about it, the Wonder Boy Woodley fight was similar. And Woodley won by doing more damage just like this.
But Woodley stunned him and hurt him badly. There's not been that yet.
Well, he did dropped
him once. Yeah, they tagged him there. But when he hurt Wonder Boy, he had Wonder Boy on the way out, and Wonder Boy managed to survive. In the round that he knocked him down and hurt him, clearly he probably won that round. And he's probably won quite a few rounds. But who knows how judges are looking at this?
Well, and only if a judge can't determine a round winner based upon effective striking and grappling do they go to the other conditions like aggression or octagon control.
in the head, cutting the corner. He's not doing that. He's stopping on his knees, which is what they teach you to never do on a takedown. You can't stop on your knees. You'll get stopped every time by the man who's on his feet.
So unofficially, 20 takedowns attempted by Damian Maia thus far. He has yet to land one.
And not even coming close.
Well, now you're seeing Woodley hitting the down block, which is meaning the arm goes down like a gate to the floor before Maia can even get to the leg, and that's because Woodley's gotten the read on the type of shots that Maia's making. Before it was just the strong hips of Woodley. Now he's hitting his down blocks, which is the arms before the hips.
So mixed martial arts, a constant balance of risk and reward, I guess. But if you're Tyron Woodley, do you sit on the lead a little bit here? Do you force the issue? What do you do?
Damian tagged him with a left hand there.
And that's what keeps him, that's what keeps Woodley real. You know, you get tagged every once in a while, you go, okay, but I need to wait a minute.
Well, we are on pace to shatter the record.
There, now you know what it looks like.
We're going to shatter the record for fewest total strikes landed in a welterweight title fight.
Oh, no. That's not a record we want to break.
No, we don't.
Again. I mean, not much time. Halfway mark of the final round.
I got to tell you, those burns on Maia's knees are going to hurt in the shower.
Look at all the cell phones in the audience.
What do we got?
What are these people doing? It's kind of freaking me out.
I don't know what that means, but...
I don't know what it means either, but how'd they all sync up like that?
Just over 2 minutes here to go in this fifth and final round. See if Maia tries to shoot again. You wonder how much is left in his gas tank here. We mentioned this was a relatively quick turnaround for him.
Good straight left there by Maia.
Yep. So unofficially, Woodley has landed 42 significant strikes, 19 for Maia. Nice straight right.
Yeah. The chant of boring. The last thing a fighter ever wants to hear. But he shucks off another takedown attempt by Maia.
Of course, coming up next, the rematch between Daniel Cormier and John Jones, our UFC Light Heavyweight Championship main event.
Woodley staying composed, hearing everything, knowing everything that's going on in the crowd, knowing everything that's going on in the fight, staying composed, sticking to the game plan, not getting overzealous.
And we're at the final minute.
It only takes one mistake when you're fighting Maia. One. And Maia knows.
Yeah, but not a lot of time.
Agreed.
50 seconds to go. It's just getting him down is going to be hard, and then submitting him with that little amount of time, good luck.
Now Woodley could sprint, is what you're saying, right, Joe?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, if Woodley really wants to make an impression, he has been able to dominate these exchanges, stuff every takedown. He's clearly faster, clearly hits harder.
So a new career high, 23 takedown attempts for Damian Maia. And here we are, final seconds of this fight. He has yet to get Woodley down. That was his path to victory. Nothing doing against the former Big 12 champion and UFC welterweight king, Tyron Woodley. Nice head movement there. So Tyron Woodley and Damian Maia go the distance. Woodley looking to make it 3 straight successful title defenses at 170 pounds. This fight replay is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
There's a right hand over the top by Tyron. There's a beautiful right hand that dropped Damian Maia. There's another one. And so many failed takedowns by Damian Maia. Over and over and over again, Tyron was able to stuff the takedowns, avoid the clinch, and most likely retain his title.
Well, as Dominic said, his training camp was largely rooted in stopping shots from Damian Maia, and Maia was certainly persistent early, tried to get Woodley down to no avail, and all indications are Tyron Woodley has done enough on the strength of his striking tonight, Dominic, to retain his UFC welterweight championship in terms of these significant strikes. 45-23 for Woodley.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Woodley landed the more strikes. You could see it in Maia's face and Woodley's face. It says it all for itself. I mean, Woodley fought a great fight, composed fight. I know it probably wasn't the most action-packed for the crowd as you hear the boos, but he got the job done with an extremely effective specialist in Damian Maia. I mean, tough fight for both these guys.
And there's Ben Askren, who would seem to deserve a lot of credit for what Woodley was able to accomplish here tonight. The official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges scored this contest 50-45, 49-46, and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Tyron, the Chosen One, Woodley.
I'm here with the winner and still champ, Tyron Woodley. Tyron, this is a fight that stylistically is a very difficult fight. You knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to close the distance and take you down. You were able to stuff all the takedowns, but was any part of his strategy or this fight frustrating to you?
No, you know, he cut off the ring very well. I knew he was going for the takedown. Obviously, if I throw a crazy hooking shots, which I did a couple times, he can get underneath. So I had to be patient, saw my shots. He's a long guy. He's a little bit stronger than what I expected. He hit me with a couple left hands, so kudos to him. But I'm the best in the world, man. I fought 2 specialists back-to-back. So I'm excited to fight a freestyle fighter and take on George St. Pierre November 4th in Madison Square Garden.
Now, this was a smart fight. You won this fight clearly, but the record was broken for the least amount of strikes thrown in any fight. All this stuff, does this bother you at all? Or do you just realize you did what you had to do to win?
It doesn't bother me at all, because if you're going in there against a jiu-jitsu specialist, how many guys has he went in there and taken down, got on their back and submitted them because they was overzealous and they were swinging crazy strikes? So this doesn't bother me at all. I went out there, I had a phenomenal fight. I can go another couple rounds right now if I had to. I'm just excited to fight a freestyle fighter, someone that I can use all my skills against instead of just defending what they're doing and trying to implement some strong striking.
Congratulations on defending your title. Tyron Woodley, ladies and gentlemen.
And I thought the champ handled that well as usual. Those boos will eventually fade, and when you wake up Monday morning, Tyron Woodley will still be the UFC welterweight champion. Will we ever see another UFC flyweight champion? There he is, Mighty Mouse. Demetrius Johnson, the great Gordon Ramsay is in the building here tonight, as is the UFC Hall of Famer, the Iceman, and former UFC champion, Chuck Liddell. Well, 28 days...
UFC on BT Sport, sponsored by BetSafe.
This is where women's tennis lives. Next up, Toronto, the Rogers Cup, exclusively live on BT Sport 1.
Bingo.
Valerian in cinemas August 2nd.
At Argos, our new catalogue is out now. Plus, this incredible sofa comes compact in a box. For smooth and simple collection and installation into any room, just $199.99. And with Argos's new mix and match dining sets, you can customize your look by matching your perfect table to your choice of chairs. Plus, get 2 for £15 on selected homewares with hundreds of lines to choose from. Buy it today, get longer to pay with the Argos card. Go Argos.
Get summer ready with great deals from AO.com. Chill out with this frost-free Beko fridge freezer, only £239.
Save £200 on this LG American fridge freezer with a plumbed water and ice dispenser. Now only £899. And celebrate payday with interest-free credit on all.
And hopefully get a key to City.
UFC on BT Sport, sponsored by BetSafe.
This program contains flashing images and scenes of violent physical contact. Viewer discretion is advised.
First thing that comes to mind, hater.
John Jones, my octagon, I'm the man.
Without a win over me, was it even real?
What John Jones represents is a story that's as old as time. It represents youth and talent and potential, and it represents all of the demons. John has shown it all.
I do believe that he needs to own up to his mistakes.
It's pretty public that I'm not a perfect person, but I don't remember signing anything that said I had to be a perfect person. I just think it's funny that he is just so high and mighty. Who was he to judge me? Ultimately, my job is just to kick his ass, and that's what I'm going to do.
Losing to John, I had a lot of sleepless nights. I mourned that loss, and I would let it literally just eat me alive so that I never have to feel that way again.
I hope he's somewhere crying right now. I'm sure he is.
Can John find maturity and discipline, or can Cormier pass the incredibly talented former champion and become the best light heavyweight of all time? This is Ali versus Frazier in MMA.
I don't really take anything personally, but I would like to just give him a sustained beating. He's that arrogant, he's cocky, he's a prick. He doesn't get the belt back.
DC has the belt, but he's not the true champion because he's in my era. I feel like winning this fight just closes a certain chapter in my life.
This isn't validation for my championship reign. I've been the champion for 2.5 years. I go out there as the champ, I walk out as the champ. There is no other outcome.
That guy has a perfect record. I'm the only person to beat him. A victory over me would legitimize him as one of the greatest fighters ever. If it happens the other way, he was just the guy who could have been.
I get a chance to redeem myself. Once I beat John Jones, I'm in the conversation as the greatest fighter to ever step foot in the octagon. This one's for legacy.
I'm excited to just put this man away once and for all.
Goosebumps. So here is the moment with about as much fanfare as you would expect. The #1 ranked light heavyweight contender, the consensus greatest light heavyweight of all time, Joe, Johnny Bones Jones, is back. He'll look to pick up where he left off.
And physically, he looks sensational. I've watched some of the training footage, and John has been more focused with more discipline for this camp than any in recent memory. He knows what's on the line, and his quote that I want to get my life back for this attempt to win back his title.
John Jones represents how tough it is to not just be the best fighter in the world, but to be the best fighter in the world with life around you still happening. I mean, he was so young when he became champion that it was incredible that he even did it. And then you give everything in the world to this 21-year-old, straight out of high school, straight out of college, just give him everything on earth. And then you say, good luck, have fun. And you know what? He did. He did have fun. He did figure it out. And he did it his way. And I think that a lot of fans around the world have connected with that John Jones just as much as they've dealt with this John Jones.
Tonight's Prep Point is brought to you by Harley-Davidson. See your dealer today and learn to ride like some of your favorite UFC fighters with Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. Live your legend.
All young, wild champions seem to have that story. Mike Tyson's a perfect example of that. I mean, so many fighters.
Liddell.
Yeah, so many fighters in that situation fall victim to the excess, fall victim to the temptation, all the chaos, all the friends, all the parties, all the toys.
It's kind of like Liddell Couture in a sense. I mean, you got Couture, who was the perfect All-American wrestler who did everything right perceivably. And then you got the opposite. Liddell was just a wild man. And we're seeing that again, except new day and age. This is the evolution of mixed martial arts through these two gentlemen. We watch Couture, we watch Liddell, and now we're seeing John Jones, and now we're seeing Daniel Cormier. And this is how the sport has built up.
Well, and when it comes to John Jones, the fighter, you mentioned, Joe, the physical conditioning. He said he's going to be no more than 217 pounds in there tonight. But when you talk to his coaches, when it comes to volume, technique, creativity, they're telling us we ain't seen nothing yet. We'll see if this is indeed John Jones 2.0 here tonight, as he looks to, in his words, restore order to this UFC light heavyweight division and leave as the new champion at 205 pounds. John Jones back where he belongs, inside the octagon. So the beard has given way to the goatee. It must be fight night for the UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier. And his last fight against Anthony Rumble Johnson in Buffalo, we were all there. He said he was in shape, but he just said there was too much comfort in his mentality. He felt like there was a clear path to victory that night, and as a result, he wasn't in the shape of his life. If John Jones is in the shape of his life, the same can be said for the current champion, DC.
I think DC is so motivated for this fight. This is a legacy fight for him. The words, "you're not the real champ," have been stinging him for a couple years now. Despite his fantastic victory over Gustafsson, despite his 2 victories over a man who many people believe is the most dangerous light heavyweight alive in Rumble Johnson, he still knows that he did not beat John Jones, and John Jones is still out there. This is his opportunity. This is his moment.
And you know, I don't think it's true that DC's not the champ. I think he earned this championship, and I think that's why these gentlemen are here. He's been a role model to everybody all over the world, to wrestling, to fighting. He's done a great job as champion, keeping high-level fights and beating the top in the division while John was out, keeping this division alive. He has done outstanding things for the sports of mixed martial arts, wrestling, and fighting in general. So these guys are evenly matched as champions, in my opinion. I don't see it any other way, and I cannot wait to see these two fight. I even hope it goes to a third match, just because I can't help it.
I agree with you on all counts, but in his mind and in the minds of the fans, John Jones is still young, still active, still healthy, and Daniel Cormier has not beaten him.
Right.
And that will always be that until tonight.
Agreed.
Tonight, Daniel Cormier has a chance to silence all the doubters, all the haters, put it down and stick it in John Jones' face.
And when I asked DC about the first meeting in 2015, he said, I'm no longer the angry challenger. I now am much more in tune with a 5-round fight. I'm stronger, I'm training harder, and you will see those results here tonight. We'll see if Daniel Cormier can get it done tonight against John Jones and potentially leave here as the greatest fighter in mixed martial arts history. Our Tale of the Tape is brought to you by Performance Inspired, the all-natural high-performance line of sports nutrition trusted by athletes and health enthusiasts. Visit pi-nutrition.com. So Daniel Cormier now 38. John Jones turned 30 earlier this month. You see the discrepancy in height, but it's the reach that everybody's talking about, and rightfully so. A 12-inch advantage with the challenger, John Jones. All right, now for the official introductions. Back inside of Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Presented by Harley-Davidson. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. Executive Officer Andy Foster. Our 3 judges scoring this contest in octagon side are Guillermo Bravo, Chris Lee, and Michael Bell. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Big John McCarthy. This bout is sponsored by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. And Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Honda Center in Anaheim, California. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a look-see-do fighting style fighter, holding a professional record, 22 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 204 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Endicott, New York, presenting the former UFC Light Heavyweight Champion and the #1 ranked Light Heavyweight Contender in the world, John Bones Jones! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of San Jose, California, presenting the former Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix champion and the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, Daniel DC Cormier.
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I want you to protect yourself at all times. I want you to listen to my instructions at all times. I want you to fight hard but fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good. Step back. Good luck.
Here we go. The wait is over. John Jones is back for the first time since April of 2016 to take on one of his chief rivals, if not his chief rival, the reigning champ, Daniel Cormier. Tonight's fight clock is brought to you by HSS, the world leader in orthopedics. John Jones in white getting off early here. Cormier in the black with gold.
Cormier checking the kicks very well right off the bat. See if he catches it, can create wrestling from the catching those kicks at all.
Oh, big. Looked like he knocked the mouthpiece out.
He did.
Huge
Big John
uppercuts.
picked it up. Spinning back kick to the body by John. Jones is fighting without a mouthpiece right now. Big John looks for an opportunity to give it back to him. Takedown for John Jones.
Not quite.
DC
No
right
control.
back up to his feet.
There's no control from that takedown. Cormier was able to flip him right up. They'll still probably call it a takedown, though, the judges anyways.
Jones with left hand over the top.
Southpaw stance from Jones. Watch the left high kick coming. See, Jones is eating the inside kick coming over the top of the Superman punch.
Small cut underneath the left eye of Daniel Cormier. You can't help but notice the obvious size discrepancy.
Jones just so long, he reaches so far. Inspector Gadget, arms and legs.
Well, and he's a guy who will have length over most heavyweights if indeed he chooses to move up one day.
Cormier needs to keep the pressure, stay in the chin of Jones so he can't use his length so well. See the pressure from DC like he should be. The feints are going to do huge dividends, pay huge dividends for Jones if he keeps those fakes going on DC.
John loves those oblique kicks to the thighs that hyperextend your knees.
Jones shucks Cormier off there. DC 13-0 as a heavyweight before moving down to 205 pounds. He's never been finished in mixed martial arts.
Remember this, the height of Jones makes underhooks from DC not as effective. He has to jack John Jones up in order for an underhook to work.
Nice
and he's not able to.
there.
And those are the knees we saw Jones land on DC early to take the rounds 4 and 5 out of DC's gas tank. Let's see if he can do it again.
DC felt like the John Jones that fought Ovince St. Preux looked rusty, he looked nervous, he looked hesitant to pull the trigger, and he's hoping that that John Jones is who he's facing here tonight.
Some have suggested, Dan Hardy included, that maybe John Jones didn't want to reveal too much. Daniel Cormier was sitting in these seats doing commentary for that fight.
Oh, I doubt that. Yeah. He would love to look spectacular. That doesn't make any sense at all. And it's not taking anything away from Ovince St. Preux, who's an excellent fighter. He's a difficult guy, and he's a guy that John took on short notice, so it wasn't a fighter that he was preparing for.
Right.
Big thing I noticed, look how calm DC is right now. He knows the strikes are coming, but he's seeing what's coming at him. So he's making reads right now, calm.
It's very different than the first time they fought. Not emotional, methodical.
Yep.
See it in his eyes. He's
yes.
right here.
Yep.
He's getting clipped every here and there, just like every other fight, though. I mean, both these guys are getting hit.
Nobody takes the shots out of the DC.
Oh, no doubt about it.
The only guy that's been able to absorb the bombs from Rumble.
And heavyweights prior to Rumble Johnson.
Very good point.
Less than 2 minutes here to go, round one. So you've got to say, pretty good start here for Cormier, the betting underdog here tonight.
We'll see for Jones, he grabs your hands, and comes over with an elbow. His elbows are like a right hand or a jab.
Yeah, he used that very well against Rashad.
But then when he gets you to start grabbing his hands, that's when he comes down the middle with punches. So he just mixes it up so well.
That was an outstanding leg kick by Cormier, and John just checked the second one. Oh, he caught him with a left hook.
I like that DC's going to the body of Jones. I think that's the best plan you can have. Rip the body of Jones and go to the head later on in the rounds.
DC looks so much more composed in this fight. So much more relaxed. And you got to think, this is a guy who's fought Rumble twice and Gustafsson since their fight. 5 hard rounds with Gustafsson. And we saw how fantastic Gustafsson looked against Glover Teixeira in his last fight.
Agreed. And DC is seeing everything as well.
Oh, he caught him.
Big punches landed by DC. And he's hanging on the head of Jones, looking for uppercuts, knees. There they are. There's the uppercut he likes.
Less than 30 seconds here to go in the round. Jones touching deep.
Over the top.
DC, combination, starting with a kick, ending with a kick, finish mixing punches in between. I mean, it's a different Daniel Cormier right now with his combinations in this first round.
And he's talking trash.
He is talking now.
He's feeling it.
Well, Jones outlanded Cormier, but you've got to be encouraged if you're out of that red corner.
And we see here that Jones is throwing big overhand lefts. He's switching stance. DC gets a nasty right uppercut. Punches the mouthpiece right out of John Jones. This is what we saw in the first fight fight was these uppercuts. This is where DC is so good. He gets you to bite on his shots, and then he hits you with the uppercuts. Here, a nice trip from Jones. No control on the takedown, but a good trip. Beautiful knee to the ribs of DC, and then a left hook, right overhand, left hook, right uppercut from DC to the body at the end. He's trying to transition.
Keep busy. Don't let him be first too much, okay? More than one. High and low.
Keep them hands still.
Add some face,
Beautiful
okay?
hands.
Add some
Keep with
face.
the hands. Right to this point.
Beautiful. Keep control of the pace. Okay? Beautiful job.
Hey, stay relaxed.
Bob Cook, Javier Mendez in that corner of Daniel Cormier. They really like the handwork out of DC in that first round. Round 2 forthcoming. Jones is in white. Daniel Cormier in the black trunks with gold trim.
Nice left hook to the body, partially blocked. Nice knee to the body by John.
Jones finds a home for that right hand over the top.
DC's landed several of those right leg kicks. And there's another one. And John switching stances, perhaps because of it.
Cormier closes the distance, rips the body, doing a pretty good job getting inside of that reach of John Jones.
We saw the momentum towards the end of the first round go towards Daniel Cormier.
I think DC said there was a headbutt possibly. I think that's what I heard. Yeah, it was a headbutt. It was a headbutt when DC went to scoop up that lead leg of Jones. They clashed heads.
Hurting it all in any way. Let the doctor look at it. I'm just going to let him look at it real quick.
Right
okay.
there.
Clear. 1 second. Come here. Over that. It's unintentional clash of heads. Good, thank you. Stay
Jones is so long, his legs just catch him up and hold him up. I mean, that's a takedown on almost anybody else by Cormier, but Jones with his balance and his length.
All right, we resume the second round here, 1 minute in. Jones choosing to work the body here. He's done so to great effect in the early going.
He's so effective with that stomp to the thigh. That's such a tricky technique. Beautiful left hook and a right hand over the top by DC.
And now we're seeing DC use the same strategy Jones uses. He grabs the hands and then starts throwing combinations once he gets Jones to reach.
Couple nice inside leg kicks there for Johnny Bones. Now DC returns fire.
That one he caught, though, on the shin.
It's the pressure of DC that's going to make the biggest difference. Can he keep this type of pace and this type of pressure for all 5 rounds? We saw him do it for 3 last time.
But you got to think that there's a lot going on in that first fight as well with emotions.
Cormier shakes off the groin strike there. Under 3 minutes here to go in the round.
Those teep kicks to the knees of Cormier just really disrupt the punch count of DC. It keeps the pressure from happening, keeps DC from being able to keep his feet underneath him when he throws punches.
Nice rip to the body by John.
DC starting to chase John a little bit more instead of head him off. There we go, now we see him head him off. That's what DC's got to do, is not get caught up chasing Jones, following him, but head him off. Another big right hand, double left hook right hand by DC.
Looked like it landed right behind the ear by Jones.
DC saying you're missing.
Oh, beautiful 2 shots. Left hook and a right uppercut.
Big uppercuts. Now DC's getting him coming in. Breaking his posture. Got Jones grabbing for a clinch and he's hitting him.
Jones with a high kick.
DC just oozing confidence here.
This is absolutely a different Daniel Cormier than their first fight.
Fighting Gustafsson helped him a ton. You've got to believe that. A longer, lankier striker. And that's paid dividends in this matchup with Jones as well. He's had experience while Jones was out, and he's made the best of it.
Beautiful trip by Daniel, but he wound up on the bottom. Nice knee to the body.
I mean, that trip was beautiful, and the recovery from Jones was beautiful. I mean, these guys are just...
I mean,
awesome
these
to
are
watch.
easily the 2 best light heavyweights of all time.
In wrestling, they move like 125ers. I mean, they just have the right movements. They know where everything's at.
Body strikes. Jones doubling up on Daniel Cormier thus far. 1 minute now to go in round 2.
And the biggest difference is look how comfortable DC is underhooking, clinching with Jones. Nobody feels that comfortable, but DC with his Greco background, he's comfortable. He's smiling in the clinch with Jones. He loves it. That's where he wants to be.
DC has been hyper-focused on this rematch since the first meeting 2.5 years ago. Took care of his business while John Jones was not competing. Nice 1-2 there from Cormier. So DC continues to be the advancing party here late in round 2. Jones has outlanded him statistically thus far, but it's a good look for the judges when you're advancing and forcing the action.
Oh!
And that first meeting also very competitive through 3 rounds.
Mr. Jones, let's do some big breaths together. Slow it down. Let's do some big breaths. Bring it down. Feel that heart going crazy? Bring it down. Slow down. Slow down. There you go. That's my man. All right, so all that like no stuff, that's him trying to fight out of that nightmare, right? Okay, so you got to stay focused now. It's going to come hard this 3rd round. You got to stay focused and consistent. What are you going to do? Focused and consistent.
There's a beautiful knee to the body by John. Cormier glancing right hand over the top and a left hook. Another right hand. That's a nice left to the body by John. And there's that stomp, but there's a beautiful uppercut by Cormier. And there's that trip.
Ready? Get up.
All right, here we go. 3rd round of a possible 5 for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Cormier, John Jones.
Now, if you're looking at the statistics and the numbers, and John is outlanding, you got to wonder, how does Cormier's corner feel about this? And what is their advice to Daniel?
Right now, we got Jones landing more because he's longer. He's able to touch DC first, and those kicks. DC's not throwing as many kicks as Jones. Those kicks are adding up on the tolls for Jones on the numbers.
It's also the volume of strikes that John's throwing. He's never stopping.
Yep. Well, the kicks set up the punches set up the kicks. It all flows together. DC's got to pressure, walk through the damage in order to get to a clinch or hit more in the clinch, in the pocket. The range is always going to be an issue to get by. Nice, beautiful uppercut left hook. That's been his best combination anytime he commits to the pocket with Jones. Cool.
Cormier continues to press forward here. Jones keeping those eyes low.
Cormier's taking a lot off of his strikes here, just looking for his range.
Well, and you wonder how much he thinks about that first meeting, if at all, in terms of the cardio, specifically in that 4th round, one he had to sort of take off.
Yeah, well, 9-2.
Mike Winklejohn, Izzy Martinez, Brent Gibson.
Back in the kicks, John. He's going to try to take us down.
DC can't quite head him off. You see Jones get out there. DC wants to head him off, but Jones knows that. Gets off the fence wisely.
Head strike, slight advantage for Daniel Cormier thus far.
And really, Jones is just being highly economical, going to the body on DC with the knees, with the low kicks and with the body punches. It just make it, it's taxing. It adds up.
Cormier once again sends Jones retreating.
He's just having a hard time reaching John. Oh, John landed a high kick. He's hurt.
DC was stunned by that head kick. Jones trying to press the issue here. Cormier is down. Not out yet.
Cormier's in big, big trouble. And John is all over him.
Here comes Johnny Bones with the ground and pound. Cormier.
That could be it.
Trying to survive.
That's it. He's out. He's out.
John Jones has done it. John Jones is back. And he is the new UFC light heavyweight champion. How about it?
Wow.
A valiant effort from the now former champion Daniel Cormier, but a patient John Jones finds his window and closes the show.
And DC is still down. That was brutal, absolutely brutal.
Perhaps he was allowed to take 1 or 2 strikes too many, Joe.
Yeah, and as emphatic as it gets.
This fight replay, as you see the celebration from the Jones family, is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
And there's the head kick, which started it all off. Perfect placement. DC's in big trouble. John moves in and closes the show.
And that's just those teep kicks and the low kicks adding up. DC thought it was low, and he went high with it.
He tripped him there. John moves in for the kill. Kick to the body. And drops some horrible elbows on him. And DC's just way too hurt here to do anything about it. And he's eating some big bombs. Big John gives him every chance in the world. But that's a wrap.
So John Jones becomes the first man to finish Daniel Cormier. The celebration is on. In the corner, big win for Jackson Wink MMA tonight. John Jones once again sits atop this UFC light heavyweight division. And a pretty calculated approach tonight, Dominic. He bided his time, and when a window opened, he barged right through it.
That was the approach of a pound-for-pound best.
Yeah.
That's what that approach was. And John Jones fought a smart fight, did everything tactically. Greg Jackson gave him great advice. Stay consistent, consistent, consistent. And over the course, it will add up, and that's what caused the demise of the fight.
Not sure what Cormier's issue is right now.
I think DC just wants to shake his hand. I think he's kind of out of it right now. I think he wants to just say something to Jones. I don't think he's trying to cause a problem right now. They're just trying to keep everything cool in there.
Dana White wisely gets in the middle there. Cormier frustrated with something. All right, with that, the official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LT network. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Big John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 1 second of the 3rd round, declaring the winner by knockout. And now, and again, the new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, John Bones Jones.
I'm here with the winner, John Jones. You made it back.
I made it back, man. Man, such a beautiful moment. Man, I did a lot of right things to get back in this position. Man, I tell you what, man, anybody at home let yourself down, you let your family down, you let your peers down, your coworkers down, you let yourself down, it's never over. As long as you never quit, it's never over. I'm back here. And, oh, yeah.
John, with all that you've been through over the last few years, the bitter rivalry between you and Daniel, all the emotions, all the struggle,
What does this feel like right now to have that belt back around your waist and hear Bruce Buffer say, and new, undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world?
It feels unbelievable, man. It feels unbelievable. It's a surreal moment. Man, thank you guys. Thank you all. Everybody. All the love, all the support. I know it hasn't been easy to root for me, but I've had the most loyal fans ever. I love you all. Thank you so much. Even the haters, all the negativity, all the discouraging things that was said. I love you guys too, because you guys motivated me and pushed me to just keep fighting and to prove you all wrong. So I love you all.
John, look up at the big screen and let's take a look at the end of the fight. You caught him with his head kick, and this is what started all off. Perfectly placed head kick. You saw he was hurt. Talk us through what was going through your mind when you saw that kick land and you saw his legs give out.
Well, I just want to thank my coaching staff, Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn, Brandon Gibson, AJ Styles, Tusa, Mike Beneville. I got the best coach, Lawrence. I got the best coaching staff, Jesse, my swim coach. You know, we know that he likes to dip his head to the left, and we were banking on him to instinctually dip that way sooner or later. And, you know, I didn't throw him any high kicks, and I surprised him with that one, and it did the job.
It's over, John.
It's over.
You came back?
It is over. Yeah, you know what, Joe? I want to take this time to thank Daniel Cormier for being my biggest rival and motivator. Daniel Cormier, guys, he has absolutely no reason to hang his head. He has been a model champion, a model husband, a model father, a teammate, leader, and I aspire to be a lot more like that man, because he's an amazing human being. Unfortunately, we are opponents, but outside of that, he is a true champion for the rest of his life.
Congratulations, John. I hope your life from now on is nothing but good.
There's something about rivalries that brings the great out of all of us, and to show that kind of respect and to be that respectful, John Jones, it shows the maturity of himself through the ups and downs of his career. And Daniel Cormier is not done either. Don't think, ladies and gentlemen, that just because he's hurt right now, he's done. He is not out of this. An incredible performance.
I'm here with Daniel Cormier. Daniel, give us your thoughts right now.
I don't know, man. I thought the fight was going well. I don't even know what happened. It's like I got kicked in the head. Oh, man, so disappointed.
You know, I don't think it's a good idea to interview fighters after they've been knocked out, but I really wanted to give you a chance to express yourself. I know this was an incredible moment for you. It was very emotional. What can you say at all about this and the rivalry between you and John?
I don't know, man. I guess if you win both fights, there is no rivalry, so I don't know.
Thank you for everything, Daniel. Daniel Cormier, ladies and gentlemen.
Daniel Cormier humbled in defeat tonight. John Jones with a
Brock Lesnar. If you want to know what it feels like to get your ass kicked by a guy who weighs 40 pounds less than you, meet me in the octagon.
So the king has regained his throne. And Johnny Bones adding fuel to the Brock Lesnar fire there.
That's the pound for pound, number one, back on top. Back in the game for all of us.
John Jones has never really been beaten in mixed martial arts. He came in as a guy who many people believed was the greatest pound-for-pound fighter of all time. Did nothing to dispel that theory here tonight. UFC 214, Cormier versus Jones 2, has been brought to you by Harley-Davidson. See your dealer today and learn to ride like some of your favorite UFC fighters with Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. Live your legend. And by Grunt Style, this will defend.
This is